Here I am back at it again with another video zoomed in on my face. How you doing? All I gotta do is sit back a little bit. That's fine. Here I am, and I think I found something worth talking about. It is hard to come up with things to talk about, but I like going to the movies. So a lot of stuff has been coming up lately about Tom Rothman and some things that he's said about going to the movies. And I kind of agree, but really here's what I want to see happen. Let me explain my experience. I may have talked about this before, but you know, humor me. Humor me. So, yeah, Tom Rothman, he says a lot of things. But yeah, Sony CEO Tom Rothman's motto this CinemaCon is longer, shorter, cheaper. Longer theatrical windows, shorter pre-shows, cheaper ways to see movies in theaters. I would argue that my biggest issue isn't the price. It's not how much it costs to see a movie. That's not my problem. It's how much it costs to buy snacks when you're there, not being allowed to bring your own snacks and having to reserve a freaking seat. I shouldn't have to reserve a freaking seat. And then the worst part of it is after you reserve the seats, and I don't want to hear from anybody. A few people are like, just because you reserved it, if other people, are coming in being noisy, you can move. You're not stuck there. I'm like, no, you are. Because I've tried to move. Get off my camera. Because I've tried to move before. I've been in the theaters. I've tried to move. There were open seats. The movie was well into it. And I had a flashlight in my face. Apparently they saw me move. And they were like, sir, this isn't your seat. I'm going to have to ask you to go back to your seat. And I was like, oh, God damn it. And the person that was seated next to me, who wasn't my brother, was on the other side of me. I was like, but they won't shut up. It's like they keep talking. I'm not here to listen to people's conversations. I'm trying to watch a movie. I want to see the movie. I want to focus on the movie. And here we are sitting there, and there's just people beside me having conversations, and just, oh God. Me and my brother, we were raised to be considerate and polite. So we try not to talk much. If we do, we whisper very quietly, very, very quiet, into each other's ear. It was just kind of how we were raised. It was by example, because our mom would do the same thing. If we were too loud, she would lean over to us, and she would get right in our ears. What the hell was that? She would get right in our ears, and she'd go, "You're being too loud. You need to quit being so loud. Okay? You were disturbing the other people trying to watch the movie. Understand, son? Okay, no, shush, 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 shut up. Just watch the movie. I don't want to hear it. Hush. Be good. You're being too loud." She would do it right in our ears. It was, if you don't quit, I'm going to take you outside of this theater and I'm going to bust your ass. Do you understand me? I will bust your ass. Behave. I will bust your ass if you don't quit. You know what I'll do. You know what I'll do. You hush. Hush. And then if I kept going, she drug my ass. She literally would yank me up by my arm and just kind of drag me out of there, out in the hall. She would get on to me further. Son, this is not how you act when you come out to, movies and whatnot. This is not how you act, son. You don't act this way. All right? Other people are trying to enjoy the movie, and you are being a disruption. You need to quit. That's how my mom was. It's like these motherfuckers, it's like nobody else on the fucking planet was taught this. Why is it, let me turn this down just a little bit. Why is it there are so many people who were not raised correctly? But anyhow, I'm going to be racist for this comment. It's always someone Latino. It's always someone Latino. Hell, black people don't even make that kind of noise anymore. No. It used to be you would have black people in the audience. They'd be yelling at the screen and go, he ain't no good for you. He ain't no good for you. Mm-hmm. He done slept with your sister. He's no good for you. Oh, he done got him, son. Just yelling at the fucking screen. I know people are going to be like, this racist motherfucker is calling us out. No, no. But it used to happen a lot, but now it doesn't. I think everybody, regardless if they're black or Caucasian, has just kind of figured out. It's like, dude, I'm here to see this movie. I don't want to miss a bit of this. So let's try not to make a bunch of noise because hell, even I'm interested in what the hell's going on here. So that's how it's gotten. But Latinos, why do you have to have conversations? Why are you there with your family like it's a congregation having a discussion? Why? Why? Go home and have the discussion. We're all trying to enjoy and watch a movie. What is all that racket? I got to get an outside camera. I got a good camera to slap on my house. Anyhow, so it's that's what it's gotten to. But the main issue here is you cannot get up and move. And I've had people before, because I would talk about this on Twitter, and they would be like, you can get up and move. No, you can't. At least not in the theaters I've been to. The theater I go to, they will not let you get up and move. It doesn't matter how far into the movie is and there's other seats open. Like there could be maybe a total of 4 people in the whole thing, and you want to get up and move. And they'll still come down and shine a light in your face. This isn't your assigned seating, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to move back to your seat. Where was your seat? We know you moved. We saw you moving around. Let's go take you to your seat. I'm so tired of it. I hate going to the movies now because of that. I wanted to go see Super Mario Galaxy. I decided against it. I'm not going to. I'm just going to try and avoid spoilers as much as possible. And I'm just going to watch it at home. I'm going to get it on Blu-ray. That's just kind of how it is now. Eventually, I'm going to get a much larger TV in my living room. I'll just watch stuff at home like I'm in the movies. They crank stuff up too loud, too rumbly in the movie theaters anyways. Like my ears are ringing really bad when I get out of movie theaters. It's like, God damn, that's too loud. You know why they turn it up that loud though, right? You know why? Because motherfuckers don't want to shut up. Shut your mouth. Watch the damn movie. You're here to pay. You paid money. You're going to watch the movie. Shut the hell up. Shut your damn mouth, you bitch. Shut up, sit down, watch the damn movie. It's okay if you laugh at something that was funny. A lot of people in the audience will just start laughing for a bit. That's one thing. But the discussions and the yelling and all this other nonsense, stop. But like I said, black people, when I'm in there, don't even do like they used to do. No, they're quiet too. They're trying to enjoy the movie too. So I can't say nothing about that. But Latinos, what is your deal? Why are y'all sitting there acting like you're at home? You ain't at home. We all paid money. We want to see this. Shut up. Shut your mouth. But that's my biggest problem. That and the sheer cost of buying food and not being able to bring in your own snacks. If you're clever enough and you can get in there with your own snacks, that's great. And I have snuck in before with snacks, but there's been times where I got caught with snacks. So it's iffy. It just depends on how busy they are and how tired they are or whatever. Sometimes they don't care. If you come in, you have a hidden bag of Skittles or something, they don't care. They don't care. If you're able to hide shit, but you come in with a backpack, they're gonna know something's up. They're gonna be like, So make sure it's best to go in the winter too. Go with a jacket in the winter. They're not gonna question. They're not gonna question anything. A big old jacket. You could have some candy or something tucked away in there. If you're good enough to where it can't be heard. That's the other thing. It cannot be heard. And then you're good. But yeah, that's my biggest complaint. Tom Rothman is trying to say that we need to make the movies, have a longer window to where they're in the theaters longer before moving on to newer movies. The pre-show with the commercials and everything shorter, and somehow make the ticket cheaper. Here's the problem with that. If they take away from the ticket, they're going to increase the price of the food. The food is already too goddamn expensive. Here's my thing. If you brought the price down of the food, you would sell more food. You would sell more snacks. And you would make more money. but you charge too much. This goes out to like AMC and whatnot. You charge too much. Fix it. Fix these issues. Do something about, people not want to shut the hell up. And the solution is not cranking the speaker up so loud that it's going to make people deaf. That's not the way. The best way is to have somebody, come in every now and then and check things out. If you got some motherfucker who won't shut the hell up, have them walk up and go, if you keep this up being so loud, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Do something. Do like my mom did and goes, behave. Okay, just pop them on the head. Just behave. Shut up. People are trying to watch the movie. Behave. You want to go outside? I'm going to take you outside. You're not going to like me if we go outside. Just do like my mom. Treat him like a mom who's disgruntled and tired of the crap. Just do that. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Do that. Do that. I don't know if that'll actually work. That'd probably cause some major issues. But just like the issues that people are having with theaters and whatnot, the reason that you're not making as much money is because it's not comfortable. It's not fun. And it's disruptions constantly. If you fix those things, people will go to the movies more again. We have to fix this. And the very last thing that we need is just much better movies. Much better stories. Stop with the extremely far left preachy stuff. Just stop doing that. People are either uncomfortable with it or they're put off by it. They're not going to go to the movies and pay to watch that. That's just how it is. And the only people that you're trying to appeal to probably don't even care and aren't even showing up there. So keep making movies for the masses, not for the minorities. When I say minority, I'm not trying to use that as a term for people who are a different skin color or whatnot, but just the groups of idiots who are smaller than the vast majority of moviegoers. You can't keep appealing to them if it doesn't work. The Super Mario Brothers movie did extremely well. It had a great review as far as both of them, both Mario movies had a great review as far as my brain is. It had great reviews as far as the cinema goers go. It didn't have great reviews. Neither of them had great reviews from the critics. But the critics are a bunch of armchair protesters who get pissy anytime there's no message. So, and I know I sound like a right-wing grifter and whatnot. I'm not. I've said it before. I have no issue with people, gay, trans, whatever. Doesn't bug me. It's fine. Live your life. But you cannot force stories and movies and whatnot on people, on a vast majority of people that can't relate to it. They're not going to watch. They're not going to care. They're not going through this. They don't care. And there's no better proof that that's just not going to work than movies that but there was a movie not long ago that was literally a movie about a gay couple. Didn't work. Didn't sell really any tickets. So you can't shoehorn that stuff into other movies either. It's just not going to work. No one who's not gay is going to care. I shouldn't say no one, but a lot of people are not going to care because they're not gay. They're not trans. I'm, again, not saying that there's a problem with you being that. That's fine. That's who you are. But you also can't force people to care about stories that involve that. You can't. Freedom is a two-way street. You're free to be whoever you are, and that's fine. But you can't. But other people are free to not care to see the movies or not. I will say that the vitriol and the harshness that comes out of people on the right, that's a bit much. If you disagree with what they're doing with their life, fine, but be civilized about it. But the bottom line here is that stuff doesn't appeal to the mass market. It doesn't appeal to most moviegoers. Okay, so you take that out and the movie will do better, but you still have to tell a good story. Still got to tell a good story. I think the new Spider-Man is going to be pretty good. That's all I got to say about this. That's really it. That's all I got. I just kind of wanted to touch down on this. You, Mr. Rothman, I don't know if you're going to see this, but if you want more people to go see movies, I don't think it's so much the cost of the ticket itself, because if you get the ticket to go down, they're just going to crank up their food prices even more. They're going to get stricter in other ways, and that's not going to work out in their favor. It's not going to work out in anybody's favor. It's going to be bad. As it is, a lot of people I know there's a lot of people like me already who rather just wait and watch it at home in the comfort of their own home without interruptions, with just a few people with their families. You know what I mean? All right, I'm out.